If you're aged 55 or over and have built up a good-sized pension pot, I want to show you a smarter way to protect and grow your pension money, and why you might want to act sooner rather than later. Today we're talking about moving your pension tax-free cash pot into an ISA, and why the old advice that used to be leave everything in your pension, why this advice may now be out of date. But just before we dive in, I wanted to make a quick announcement. I've recently launched the Regold Wealth Club. Now, this is an exclusive community for paying subscribers, and it's ideal for those that have been considering using a financial advisor, but perhaps don't like the full-on normal model and the method of charging that financial advisors usually choose. By joining the Regold Wealth Club, you become a subscriber and pay a monthly subscription fee with no tie-ins. This allows you to control your wealth and, more importantly, protect your wealth without having to give up assets to the financial advisor and pay a percentage fee. Now, whilst the Regold Wealth Club will not provide personal financial advice, it will provide guidance and discuss the key assets such as equities, property, gold and Bitcoin, along with best practices for ways to reduce your taxation. So have a look at the Regold Wealth Club and consider subscribing today. I'll also put the link in the comments below. And as mentioned previously, the content of today's video is not financial advice, but just guidance, things for you to think about so that you can do your own research. So back to the subject of today. So why should you move your pension tax-free cash into an ISA? Firstly, a very important point. You can't just access your pension whenever you want. Right now, you need to be at least 55 years old to access your pension savings. But from 2028, this will rise to 57 years old for most people. So if you're 50 or younger today, you'll have to wait an extra 2 years. Planning ahead is essential because if you're close to these age limits, you may only have a short window to act under the current rules. So once you do access your pension, you can usually take up to 25% of your pot completely tax-free. However, under the government's new system, there's a hard cap on how much you can take tax-free called the lump sum allowance, currently set at £268,275 for most people. No matter how much your pension grows after that, your tax-free amount doesn't increase. This creates a real issue. Your tax-free cash gets left behind as your pension grows, meaning more and more of your future withdrawals become fully taxable. And there's another important reason why using your tax-free cash sooner and moving it into an ISA could really matter. If you die before age 75, your spouse or civil partner can usually inherit your pension tax-free and make tax-free withdrawals from the pot. But if you die after age 75, things change dramatically. After 75, all withdrawals from your pension, whether by your spouse, children, or other beneficiaries, are taxed as ordinary income when they take money out. That includes your unused tax-free cash. So the portion you thought was tax-free for life becomes fully taxable for your family. For ISAs, on the other hand, spouses and civil partners can use the additional permitted subscription rule, which effectively allows them to keep your money tax-free in an ISA now in their name. By moving your tax-free cash into an ISA while you're alive, you lock that money outside the pension system, keeping it fully protected from future income tax for your loved ones. And remember, ISAs don't have age-related tax traps like pensions do. On top of all of that, the old wisdom that pensions were perfect inheritance tax shelters is fading fast. Under the latest proposals, from 2027, pensions will now be counted inside your estate for inheritance tax purposes when you die. That means a 40% tax bill could hit your pension pot before your family sees a penny. And even more if you die after age 75, as your beneficiaries will need to take income tax on any withdrawals from the pension too. So the argument for leaving as much as possible inside your pension for inheritance tax purposes is no longer bulletproof. So the solution is moving tax-free cash into an ISA. This is where moving your tax-free cash into an ISA becomes a game changer. ISAs are incredibly powerful. There's no income tax on withdrawals. There's no capital gains tax on growth, exactly the same as your pension tax-free cash element. By moving your tax-free cash from your pension into an ISA, you lock it inside a totally tax-sheltered environment for yourself and potentially for your heirs. Plus, you stay fully flexible. You can draw money out whenever you want without triggering taxes. So the process, how to do it. Firstly, a very important point. Remember, I said earlier, you can't just access your pension whenever you want. Right now, you need to be at least 55 years old to access your pension savings, and from 2028 this will rise to 57. So if you're 50 or younger today, you have to wait that extra 2 years. So how do you actually move your pension tax-free cash into an ISA? Here's the step-by-step process. So step 1, you need to access your pension. You first need to crystallize some or all of your pension pot. That usually means moving it into a drawdown plan or taking a lump sum withdrawal. Now step 2, withdraw your tax-free cash. So you're just going to take out your tax-free cash portion only, up to the ISA allowance. Step 3 is contribute to an ISA. Paying that money into an ISA. You can put in up to £20,000 a year each into an ISA. If you have a spouse or partner, you can use their ISA allowance too. So effectively £40,000 per couple per tax year. Step 4, you may need to phase over several years. So if your tax-free cash is more than you can shelter immediately, you simply phase the transfers across multiple tax years. But before you rush to do this, a couple of important warnings. First, moving into drawdown can impact workplace pensions. If you're still working and contributing to a workplace pension, be extremely careful. Accessing your pension tax-free cash usually means moving your pension into drawdown. Many workplace schemes don't allow partial drawdown. Moving it could close your current workplace pension, stopping any valuable future employer contributions. Employer pension contributions are basically free money. You don't want to lose that lightly. If you're still building up pension savings through work, seek advice first before accessing anything. A second warning, be aware of the tax-free cash recycling rules. HMRC has strict rules against taking your pension tax-free cash and then making large new pension contributions to reclaim more tax relief. If you do, and HMRC decides you broke the rules, you could face a punitive tax charge. The key is don't take tax-free cash just to fund new pension contributions. Keep it clean. Move into an ISA is usually fine as long as your future contributions don't breach the tax-free cash recycling amount. Now, this strategy won't be right for everyone, but for many wealthy individuals aged 55 and over, the case for moving tax-free cash into an ISA is now extremely strong. You protect your money from future income tax and lump sum allowance charge. You shelter future growth tax-free, and you retain total flexibility over your savings. But timing, phasing, and checking your current pension contributions are absolutely vital. And if you're unsure, get personalized advice. Now, I hope you found this video useful. If you did find some value in it, please leave a comment, give the video a like, and if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. And as I mentioned earlier, please do check out the Regold Wealth Club and hopefully become a subscriber so you can take control of your wealth and, more importantly, protect it. Till next time, take care.